every once in a while, you know. You're going out the door and you're mad. Slam the door open, and all of a sudden, and this has happened to me more than once, I think, ooh. And then I look behind me to see if anyone is coming out the door behind me, because now I slammed the door. But then I don't want it to come back and go in somebody's face, so I automatically turn around. And 9 chances out of 10, there's somebody standing behind me, but sorry, here, let me hold the door. But it's sometimes it's just trying to get out of your own head, you know, because we all get so wrapped up in our own lives, and that our personal experiences, you know, of course, are where the blues come from, you know, and the external things that we.
So anybody else gonna have a question?
How do you define blues, you know, one word? Like, because since we're trying to spread blues, not just only the dance, but also music-wise, in Asia, I would say. So people are asking me, like, how do you define this kind of music, like, in a word? Because they want a simple answer sometimes. Because I know it's hard to put it in that way because it's life, right? I'm always telling my people, like, you can't really define the blues like that, but if you want me to do it, I'm gonna call it as a life, because life always is going up and down. Right. And you know, right? The living life is not easy. Everyone, like you said, we're all fighting. There are too many things surrounding us is not helping us all the time. So if you would say like blues is a one word, and it would be great for us to explain it to my people, like, oh, it's what they're.
Wow. Blues is life.
It's a soul thing, you know. I think it's a soul thing, and it's life too, but it's a soul thing, you know, because it has to come from your soul to even feel what you feel, to even present it to you, you know what I mean? So I might say some things to you or sing something to you, like we was talking earlier, and you may not feel it. I might sing a blues song, you know, and you might, I don't feel that. You know, it didn't do anything. Why? Because it didn't touch your soul. So I'm saying, so she might come along and sing the same song that I sung, right? But she has a little bit more feeling. She does something to the song to make you go, whoa, now, I like that. And when you say that, you felt something. So you're always going to feel the blues. Like, you know, that's why I illustrate it, because it's more like a soulful thing. You know, it grabs you at that one point in time. You know, a lot of music don't grab you. Why? Because it don't have no feeling. You only go to what your feeling is. So if your feeling is strong about it, it don't matter if she's singing, I'm singing, it's bad for you, it's good for her, you got the same song. You see what I'm saying? You have the same song, but you have a different feeling because she's putting her soul in it. She's giving me everything she got. I might just sing it because I just know the words of the song. Might just sound good. But in her, she might go, oh, do all this, put all that, would be ugly. That's what we call it getting ugly. You know what I'm saying? You don't get pretty.
That's right.
You sing pretty all day. Pretty don't do you no good. But when you get ugly, you see what I'm saying? Most people like that. It's like, you know, we want to see you move, feel something. You know, the artists today, a lot of them, you know, they ain't got no feeling, no soul. You say, oh, that crap. It don't sound like nothing. And it doesn't, you know, because it don't move you. It's just something for to get by the day. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in your soul. When you feeling that, that's the blues. When it come out of you, you know, I'm giving you everything I got, man. I can't give you no more. You see what I'm saying? So I think that, to me, verifies the blues that you're trying to look for, that you can kind of illustrate to people like, okay, if you feel it, you play it like you feel it. You know, you taught me how to play. Okay, that's one thing. But for me to feel it, I need to play it so I have my own feeling. The way you play it, people probably love you. But the way I play it, you show me how to play it, but I ain't got the feel. I ain't got the love. I ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
I completely agree.
But you see what I'm saying?
I completely agree.
It's a soul thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Even with the soul, the funk, oh, we gotta have that funk. People like shake their booty, it's the funk. So I'm saying, I got the funky man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, your jazz, you know, they got your funk jazz, different, all kinds of music today. But where did it come from? They taking this piece, if this piece work with that piece. Look, all the people that sampling today. You got people that sample music all the time. Why? Because they want to feel that inside, what you're doing. So let me bring that to the table, you know what I'm saying? Put that in there. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of do. I kind of like, I call mine the gumbo blues. You know, because it's mixed with a lot of stuff. I play a lot of stuff, jazz, blues, you know, funk, gospel, all that stuff I play. And I say, well, they say, don't learn nothing you ain't gonna use. You know what I'm saying? So everything I done learned, I need to utilize this thing. So I try to utilize it in what I'm doing. So if I'm doing the blues, you might hear a nice little jazz scale come off there and say, whoa, what the heck was that? You see what I'm saying? It struck your soul like, whoa, that's new, that's fancy. You see somebody scream and go to the top of the lung, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. This got soul. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I think it is. So.
Yeah. A lot of, in America, you know, when we talk about blues, we talk about, you know, it having come out of the African American experience, and I absolutely agree with that. Because like when we were kids, man, these are my two sisters, by the way.
That's why you're safe. That's right.
But, you know, our experience, we came up, nowadays, because you've heard so much about it, it sounds like a cliche, but when we were growing up, it was not a cliche, it was life. We grew up going to the cotton field, you know, getting up and doing that thing from kin to cane, you know, as B.B. King said, you know, from when you can't see to when you can't see, you know, dawn to dusk.
Yeah.
And we would be out there all day long, and you're on the end of that road, and you're literally staring a quarter mile away to the end of that road, but you got to work your way through meticulously to the end of that road. Then you turn around and you come back and you do it all over again.
Right.
That is some monotonous stuff.
Yeah. You gotta tell your bastards with you.
You know, and sometimes the only way to get past that, you know, everybody's doing their thing and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden somebody will, I heard the voice of Jesus say, and then the response, come unto me and rest. Then that lead voice would start again. Lie down, thou weary one, lie down. And then the group, thy head upon my breast. You know, and we worked, you know, that kind of music. And then somebody would start, stop the love you say, baby.
Everybody start picking cotton. Dust in the jam.
Y'all have to realize we were doing that in 100-degree weather.
Yeah, all
Yes.
All summer long.
100-degree
Good Lord,
weather
yes.
all summer long.
And it never occurred to us, it never did really to me. I understood the concept of being poor, but I never felt poor. You know, we had what we needed. We didn't, you know, we were rich in different ways.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we weren't rich by any means, but that's wrong. Because we used what we had to the absolute max. You know, we were blessed, and we still are. You know, we were blessed with gifts. You know, gifts of being able to relate to people. You know, because sometimes one of the things I've realized, well, since we're talking about this blues in our lives thing, and I know this is something you have experienced over and over, Fuzzy. There is nothing like the power of human touch. Because of what you do, people come up to you and they just want to touch you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, oh my God. You know, they just want a hug. You know, they'll come up and spontaneously kiss you. You know, like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
I gotta take that home. Sometimes you forget. What's that on there?
Right?
What? You see what? Oh.
Right? But it is because he has released that thing in them,
Yeah.
you know, that makes them want to express their appreciation. You know, it's that thing you were just talking about. It's that soul. It's that feeling.
That's soul. It gotta touch, you gotta feel you, man.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
nowadays, you gotta be a little careful. You feeling too long, baby, let my hand go. I mean, I see guys that come up to squeeze my hand, man, I just got through playing. Man, you're so great, man. I go, oh, brother, hold on, brother. I know you're trying to show your strength, but hold on.
Oh, boy. Yes, indeed.
You know, you get
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, I would smell like cologne.
Yeah,
Like cologne.
Right.
Lipstick on my shirt.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead, young lady. She wants to say something.
sure.
I came in late, so maybe you guys touched on this, but like, as like growing up, do you guys always know that you're going to be musicians?
Did we know?
I wanted to be a librarian.
Yeah, I was an artist. I was an artist before I was
Yeah.
doing music.
Yeah, I was a
So,
bookworm.
yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
And I was like you, I was the one that was in the back. I was in the choir, but I was in the back.
Yeah.
But it's, as far as, there's a saying called, you don't choose the blues chooses
Yeah,
you.
it's usual.
And I've been through a whole bunch of different genres.
Yeah.
I was in a country band for a while, I went on the road with a rock and roll band. I was in an electronica band. And the blues was just sitting there going, you'll be back. Because they always come back. You'll be back. And then when I got back, it was like, hey, you know, and this is where I've been ever since. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
There's been a couple references now, the idea of gospel and blues, right? And you referenced even earlier like the doubles music, right?
Mhm.
And is that something that still is a vibe today? Because they're so connected in a way, and so many blues artists have a connection with a gospel background. Is that kind of dissonance, I guess, I don't know. Basically, what's the relationship in your experience in a modern day of those two communities?
Yeah, well, today it just done crossed over. It
I
crossed
agree
over.
with
Okay.
Like all music, like you got different types of blues,
Yeah.
you know. So it all crossed over from one little thing generating to the next. So it's generating to blues, to funk, all that generate, even with the gospel, because you used to couldn't play it in church, and that's why I was getting able to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm playing a C in church and I'm playing a C out here. What's the difference? It's still a C.
Yeah.
Now, what you sing to it, you know, and what you feel to it is up to you. So if you want to sing a gospel song and you feel it's great, because you can sing a gospel song in the blues. You still, you know, if it has that same kind of like message, you like, I'm trying to, you know, heal a soul or talk about something that, you know, kind of, you know, to make me, you know, laugh or smile. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically, you know, yeah, it has a thing, but they don't too much do it as much as they used to because everything crossed over. So, you know, when
It's a generational sort of thing.
yeah, so because each year it changes, you know, 10 years down the road, you got the kids wearing the same sneakers you wear. It was Converse, and now there's something else. You see what I'm saying? And you're like, I used to wear them right there. Well, they ain't called Converse. They called so. You see what I'm saying? So it's still, you know, we're just cycling. Everything we're doing, we're just cycling. It comes back. You know, look how many hits, you know, that you gotta, you go do somebody get a hit song, it's from somebody else singing that other song. You see what I'm saying? You don't find too many people that's writing songs today that can just go right out and jump in the field and go, this is my song that I'm singing, it's a great hit. You know, every now and then you might find one pea in a pot, but I'm just saying it's like you sing somebody else's song, you get recognition for it. You know what I'm saying? But you sing it the way you want. They want to hear it the way you sing it. So it becomes another hit. And you got another hit. This person, how many songs you know you got out there, you know, by B.B. King that somebody did? Etta James, somebody redid.
And that was his.
And made more money than they made money. You see what I'm saying? Because of the feeling, because of the soul. You see what I'm saying? So it still varies. So you still have that, you know, 'Cause sometimes I play at church. Matter of fact, I gotta go play church tomorrow. So I still play the church. So, I gotta go tomorrow and play. But it's the same thing. They in the choir singing and stuff, and some say I'm good, but most of the stuff is just joyful singing. It's like, where's the feeling? Where's that thing I used to see? Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. So just the thing, man. But
in thinking about that, I think some of that came out of what our forebears were experiencing at the time. In talking about the fact that, oh, this is the devil's music. There was a lot going on around that, because when you think about the genesis of how enslaved Africans came to embrace Christianity, it was the fact that that was how they got a day off.
Yeah.
If they were going to church, they wasn't going out in the field. Well, good Lord, yes, let me get up and put on something clean and holler, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited that I got a day off. Thank you, Jesus.
You wasn't in church, you was in the juke joint, so you in the juke joint.
Yeah,
well, you don't need to be over here doing what we doing.
Right,
So we split up doing it.
Right, and on Saturday night, they slipping away before that Sunday morning, go have a little juke joint, do a little corn liquor, get a little bit of release, and then get up, go to church.
And they know that you play it in the juke joint, you come to the church and you try to play at church and say, well, we don't want that devil music up in here. And a lot of them based it on, where you've been playing at, a lot of times.
They were coming from a very pure place with
Yeah,
that,
it was
though.
all.
Because once the embrace happened, it was like, for the most part, and this is kind of always the way I felt. Bless my people. When we go in, we go all in.
Yeah.
So when the embrace of Christianity happened, we went all in.
Yeah.
So much so that now we are trying to figure out through things like DNA and all that sort of thing, what our heritage is. Me and my sisters have done our, I don't think you've done yours yet though.
Yeah, no, we got
Our ancestry DNA. I had no clue that my people were from, I have only two lines. One comes from the Congo and one comes from, three. One comes from Congo, one comes from England, Scotland, Wales, and the other is Ireland. I'm like, I'm 24% European. I'm 33% Congo, 24% European. Okay. It upended who I thought I was. We had heard the family stories and all that kind of stuff, but that was, concrete evidence of who I actually am versus who I always thought I was. Then when you, and all of those, all those people that have made me who I am have come from, all these different places. Some were well off, some were not, some of us are there in the middle, everybody's kind of making their way towards this, trying to find this commonality, which is why things like Ancestry and 123 and Me or whatever it is are so popular. We're all trying to figure out who we are. Yes.
I have another question to you about dance. So when you were growing up, when you were growing up, did you dance in your families, and what was the context of that dance?
No, they would dance.
Yeah. What was
Okay.
dance for you when you were growing up?
Yeah, I did some dance. I was good as a shake what my mom gave me. I was a shaking, what I mean? I
Yeah.
love that dance. What about you?
Absolutely.
Put that record on. My favorite record. I go for it.
Ah!
But I was in drama and all that stuff. Dance there, we go to all kinds of different dances. You don't know about that, I ain't gonna tell you.
This is the family hour
This is how you
fun.
get all that. Swimming all that. Oh, we didn't know that. Yeah, me and my brothers and we was always in acting and all that kind of stuff when we was young and stuff like that. We was dancing, African dance, So it was just something to do at the time, we felt good about it. So, we do dance, I dance all the time when I get a chance, Legs don't move like they used to, but
Nothing moves like it used to.
It just moves different.
Yeah,
It just moves
move a little
different.
different.
Yeah,
It used to go way in, now to go halfway.
A little bit more time.
Yeah, slide across the floor like Michael Jackson. I just stand there now.
Right.
Y'all didn't see me slide, get back.
Right. Good luck with that.
Yeah, we danced all around our house. When we were coming up, we had the opportunity to experience a lot of different types of dance because we lived in a black community, but we were bused across town. So, for me, in our physical education classes, we would start doing square dances. I love the square dance. Oh my goodness, there is just something about the freedom of swinging around, it's a beautiful thing. But then we would come back home, and it's the four corners. And, and it's all of that. And you take all of that. And I take all of that when I perform now. I'm as subject to grab the guitar player and go into a reel, as I am to do a Michael Jackson shuffle backwards or whatever. Dance for us, I think, has always been an integral part because you can't, I guess you can. I was going to say you can't sing and not dance. You can't sing, I personally feel you can't sing and not move. Especially, once again, here we go, the feel. If you're feeling it, something in you is going to break through.
Your soul is going to tell you to move.
Yeah.
If you're singing something and it's got some soul to it, you want to move.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a woman take off and hit them notes. Wow, she's like ugly as hell.
Right.
The whole face come back together like, what was that? What was that? Hold on. You see what I'm saying? So you can, that soul hits you. You're gonna move. Something's gonna move. You might just be patting your hand. It might go a little bit faster than what you think. You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna happen with the soul, the feeling. When you hit that soul, you hit it, it's gonna jump out. And when it jumps out, it catch you. And then everybody asks you, hey, did you see what you did? Like, what did I do? What did I do? People ask me all the time and say, I've been playing and stuff, and I go into a mode like I don't even see nobody. I'm just playing. And then they'll come up and say, hey, you was watching me the whole time. You was doing like this, and you didn't remember that? I was like,
Right.
I don't remember you.
Right.
I don't. I was like, no, I didn't realize that. Now I was in my moment. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling me, man. There was something over top of me. And you feel that. When I get into my mode, I'm gone.
Absolutely.
You might get more music that way too. They're like, further back here, I'm tired. Hey man, you gotta keep it moving. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Don't stop the feeling. Don't stop the feeling. We got some people moving and grooving.
Right.
Let's keep them moving and grooving too.
Absolutely. We have both competed in the International Blues Challenge.
Yeah.
And for me, the band that I was in made it to the finals. And I tell this story, and it is the absolute truth. I now have to watch videos of what I did to see what I did. Because I'll be honest enough to say, I do not remember. I remember walking down the aisle with the cape on, going up on stage, and then it's gone. I don't remember any more until I remember coming out on the other end, singing the last note, and flinging the cape away and walking away, and 20 minutes elapsed in there. And when I looked back on it, I was like, wow, whoever she was had a really good time. There was some moves.
Dance competition.
There were some moves in there that I probably wouldn't have attempted had I understood what it was I was doing. So, yeah. If you're feeling it, dance it, girl. Shoot. Dance to the copier. Dance to the fax machine. Does anybody even have fax machines? Do those even exist anymore? Okay.
I'm looking at my videos. I'll be making so many faces. I'm like,
Oh my.
Where did that face come from?
Right.
Look at my eye. Where's that? Something wrong with me?
Yeah, it was like,
Y'all see this and ain't telling me? I'll be looking crazy, man. I'm like,
Won't nobody
I'm
tell them.
hanging all along while I lost my body teeth and stuff. I'm going like, oh, I'm looking crazy. I hate to look at no videos. I'm like, oh, see? Look at that brother.
Right.
Yeah, I had lost my neck one time. I had to realize I eat too much food. I lost my neck. I said, man, I ain't got no neck. I said, I better calm down on the carbs. I'm serious, man. I was having a good time. I was hanging out like this. I said, I must be eating too much. I better break it down. It was too much. Oh, I said, why did y'all take that picture? And who would have posted up? I said, you don't post no stuff up like that. Brother ain't got no neck. I said, that don't look good. What's wrong with your eyes?
Oh my goodness. But you
Hey, I had to stay on about that.
But the beautiful thing about that is, though, there's a beautiful thing to that. Because when people look at that, look at that photo of Fuzzy No Neck.
That's gonna be a thing now.
Let's see if you eat any more cards.
They're gonna remember how you made them feel because they can see it in your face.
Yeah,
It's an amazing thing. Yeah.
It'd be amazing with me.
How we doing? Oh, okay.
Okay.
We got a couple of minutes left.
We got a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I like to say, anybody else have anything else?
I have one thing, since I have two of y'all sitting here. You guys have been in the blues business for years. What do y'all see the future of the blues and how you are going to affect that?
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure. I'll go first.
No crash.
The future of the blues for me are people like you guys, because what you are doing is you are taking what we are doing here and you are taking it out into your communities. I know a lot of you mentor young people. I know a lot of you talk to young people, have contact, with generations younger than yourself. Not only can you affect them, you can affect people older than yourself. It's a ripple effect to me. Like I have been blessed to be able to have mentors. One of my beloved mentors passed this year. Was she 90 or 91? 90. And she helped get my career started. I feel like I owe a debt to generations who are coming on behind me to pass on what I know. If there's something you want to know from me, something you need from me, let me know, tell me. I will do everything that I can do, because we have to be the ones that keep this a living, breathing art form. If we let it go, it's gone. So kudos to every one of you guys for coming out here and hearing this music and feeling it and coming from across the other side of the world. Thank you, Jesus. And sharing that thing and keeping those ripples going. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I kind of like, I don't see a lot of young people kind of out there, like such as myself doing the blues anymore. Everybody kind of, and I like to try to bring it back to some of the people that, especially the kids. I work with a lot of kids and do like a blues camp that we do every year, and teach them how to sing and play the blues, and we go to school, from the schools and stuff, and put on a show, and teach them how to dance, what to know about when you're singing and how to perform. Because a lot of kids don't know. They're just like, you're clueless, like I want to do this, but okay, it's hard, because you get up there and you got some kids and it's kind of like, you're trying to teach them the blues, but they don't have that feeling. So I teach them, this is what you have to do. You have to move, feel it. Now if you feel a little bit and hear what I'm saying, and they learn. By the time they get done with that week, we doing a concert.
Right.
So we do a concert, and they all come off pretty good. Some a little bad, but they still know, because they're nervous, And, you know, they gotta get through that.
But they're willing.
They're willing to learn
Yes.
and get out, and that's what my goal is to, you know, to get out here and hopefully fund a big, like a concert and stuff, because I was putting on concerts and stuff for kids and stuff like that. Because a lot of these places do a lot of stuff with kids and stuff and on TVs and stuff, and they're breaking their neck to be the best, you know, but you're already the best. You sing good, and you see so many people, you don't even see no more. They're in contests and stuff, and they never win, but they're great. They get up to number 3, number 2, number 1, and the winner, you know, and that's it. You never hear no more. So I like to, you know, bring that to the table with the kids and learning the blues, teaching the blues, have a school to be able to go out and just tour and let them just be themselves. Let them, you know, because, you know, I'm saying I ain't putting old people down, you know. I'm not saying that.
Thank you. I
Don't forget about me. Don't you forget about us. I see you looking at me. I better put something in there. I'm the lady for her. You see how she was looking at me? Oh, yeah, she gave me the look. And you know how your sister did. I tell you, I'm talking, she's looking at me like, what about you? I'm not saying what you said. I ain't here for nothing. Yeah, but all in all, you know, I do have a CD coming out soon, probably in February sometime. You know, I did a thing with Kenny Neal, so that's going to be coming out soon. February.
Yeah.
And you know, it's called. It's the name of the album is called Blues in My Life. So it's Blues in My Life that I wrote. It's a song. So we're gonna be doing that, and you know, right now I'm looking at filming a movie. I'm filming a movie on it, Blues in My Life. And so I'm getting all that together. So hopefully y'all see that. And, you know, we got a lot of stuff going on. So there's some T-shirts out there and stuff. Man. Blues in My Life. You know.
Just in case.
You know, and most of my shirts are from like my songs, my medication, stuff like that. Make sure you get your medication.
And while we're saying that, let me say this one last thing. You know, as you all go out and you experience music in different formats and stuff, please remember, support the artists. I know y'all do. I know I'm preaching to the choir. But I say this because I want you to take it out there and remind other people. You know, when I came here last year, because I was so entranced with the whole idea of what they were doing, I came out on my own dime. It's like, I just want to be a part of this. And they have reciprocated this year and brought me back and taken really good care of me. And in turn, you guys taking care of them allows them to take care of us, which allows us to go out and keep spreading the word, you know, and spreading the blues and spreading good news. So thank you all so much for.
So go home and get on the internet and start to work and get on your friends.
That's right. That's right. Call a friend, tell a friend, bring a friend.
Get your tapping, get your bells, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I heard them boys.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say one more time, Mr. Fuzzy Rankins.
Thank you so much.
I'm Erica Brown.
Erica Brown is in town. She teaches you all kinds of stuff. And she didn't need a mic, right? But my voice is a little heavy. But she ain't need no mic. You see when she kicked that song off? I'll give it join in with that old school when she did it. But I said, I want to go back to the fields right now. Hey, you're welcome to take pictures with us if you like, whatever.
We're here.
We're here. And
Thank you all.